Hello everybody and welcome back to Megastore Simulator. Just watching everybody go about their shopping and the restockers going about their restocking from up high here. Quite a good view actually to keep an idea of what's going on in store. There has been an update since my last video. It has been the warehouse automation and expansion update, which has brought unloaders to the game. So we will have some workers that will unload the truck for us, providing you have a few things in place first. So we may not get to really see it in this video, but maybe further down the line, but I'll explain it as we go along. But basically, they will be able to unload the trucks for us at some stage. Also, there is now, if I open this up, we've got a slightly different looking menu here. So this gives a bit more detail now. So if I go over to a t-shirt, for example, it shows me not only up the top there, it shows me that I've got 4 on the shelves and 6 off shelves. But also if I was to now bulk buy this, so if I bulk buy it and get an entire pallet's worth, I actually get a discount. So I get $107 off for buying in bulk. So it now pays to actually go down the warehouse route, get a load of stuff in there so you can actually bulk buy things because you will make a saving. Now, at the moment, I'm not really set up for that because that's not what we've been doing so far in this series. I haven't got any of the warehouse stuff, so it's not really going to help me out too much at this point. Let's just get rid of some of those. That's weird. I was holding shift there to get rid of everything at once, but I don't think it did it. Anyway, so that's been changed as well. The discounts across the store for bulk buying is 10% off grocery, 12% off bakery, 15% off toys, 15% off clothing, 6% off electronics, 8% off music, and 12% off sports. But the discounts will only ever work if you get a full pallet. If you get multiple full pallets, that's fine. But yeah, you have to get a full pallet's worth to get the discount. You can now also sell back your pallets as well. So they come... I mean, technically, I suppose they're more expensive now, so you're not really gaining from this, I don't think. Each pallet basically now has a $10 deposit on it. So if you want to use it in your warehouse, that's fine. You get to keep it. You pay $10 for it. It's yours. If you want to get rid of it, you can throw it in the recycle bin down there. You get your money back, or you can leave it in the truck. And the truck will now drive away with your pallets rather than having to throw them away, as I've been doing throughout my series. I can just leave them in there. The truck will drive away, and I get my $10 for each one back. So it's fine, you know, you get some money back for it then, and if you want to keep it, you've paid for it. But it also allows you, of course, just to leave them in the truck, and they immediately go away. So you don't need to unload absolutely everything anymore. So I think that's quite a good one that's come in there. There's some new warehouse expansions as well, and you can also just have boxes delivered to the warehouse now. So if I go downstairs, use the right side. Excuse me, please. Thank you. So if I come into here now, if I was to say, let's buy some of these. If I was to buy some of these, like so, and I come into here, if I untick pallets, then I don't get a pallet, and you just get boxes. So that would be how you would just get boxes into there. So then once we've just got boxes in there, I can unload in a very similar way to what I've been doing, just without the pallets there at all. And obviously I've not paid up front for pallets either. So I'll probably do that going forward in the series. And at some point, we will get some pallets and get this whole place automated. The reason it's not going to happen straight away in this video is basically cost. There is a lot of cost involved to do all of this. So if I go into the management side of things. So to get the equipment, of course, to begin with, I mean, I don't need to worry about getting this or the forklift particularly. It's more the reach truck. Because when you get warehouse racks, this is the only thing that can reach, I think, the 3rd and 4th tier of that, I believe. If I go into the equipment here, so you can do the bottom, obviously, that's fine. You can just put stuff down on the bottom. And I think the forklift gets to this one. I don't think it gets any higher. Maybe it gets to this one. But certainly to reach these, you need this, the reach truck. That's the only way of getting to the top. So until you get that, it's kind of pointless getting, because I've got so many product lines. I'd need 3 whole racks just for, actually I need 4 maybe. No, I think it's 3 or 4 racks just for the electronics, just to get everything in palleted. So, but obviously I would need twice that many if I can only use 2 of the shelves until we get to this. But to get to this, not only do you need $25,000 for this, and I really don't think that this should be hidden behind some expansions. because it just means that you've not only got that expense, but you've got this expense as well. So I'd have to take this up to level 10, which to begin with is fine. These are no sweat. We don't even need to think about these. But to get up to level 10, they're starting to get to sort of 10, 15 grand a go here. These are quite expensive. And when we're also, and I'm also not the level for it either. I'm not level 55. And when we're trying to do upstairs and get it all looking good in store, I've got this trade-off now as to whether I just want to spend money wildly in here and take down walls just so I can put in some pallets, or do I keep going with the store? So that's the kind of dilemma I'm in. I think I'm going to do a bit of both, but I'll probably have to do a lot of days sort of grinding away without you to earn money just to do the warehouse, because it's really going to hamper our progress in here, because we need a lot of expansions in here as well, which I will get to in a moment. Coming next, we have, hopefully, the customization update, which will enable us to paint walls, possibly paint shelving, but I will get to that in a moment, because I have got a way of doing that anyway. So we'll get to that in a moment, because we are going to paint some shelves today. But that is coming possibly officially in the next update, or the one after that if it doesn't make it in time. But we'll also get ceiling placeable decorations as well, so we can make it look a bit nicer up there rather than just warehousey. As well as just a general expanded decoration system, as well as smaller tiles as well to paint the floor. So at the moment you paint huge areas at once. I think that's going to come down to sort of this size, or maybe even the individual ones, which will be very welcome indeed. Right, on to today's episode then. Thank you, sir. I was standing right here and I got a huge beep in my ear. Let me just show you before I actually get into that. Let me just show you the staff. So these are the unloaders that we might be able to see in action. I have got a workaround for the problem, but I haven't decided whether or not to do it yet, but I'll explain that as well. But to today's video, just run past you and run past you. So, gonna get the clothes hopefully finished today. Now we've got over 50 grand. I'm hoping we can get this done today. What I'm gonna do, probably take this wall down. I don't think I'll be able to take all of those down. In fact, it's highly unlikely, along with the licenses and everything else. So we might have it sort of everything done, but not in its final position, perhaps. What I'm going to do, though, is clothes are going to run to here. They're going to run to this wall, possibly beyond into that wall. Then the rest of the clothes are going to run down there, because basically what you unlock here is the wall goes from there to there. All of that goes, creates a walkway all the way down to that wall. I'm going to have clothes down that wall, all the way down there, and that should be the clothing section, more than enough room. So I'll close the here, around here like that, in sort of like an L shape. Then we're going to have toys along the back wall here, because I think they'll all fit in there. There aren't that many, and some of them are just things like sweets. And I'm going to put all of that stuff down in the grocery section, because it kind of fits down there anyway. So we don't need that much room up here for toys, so they should all fit along that back wall, and maybe just in front as well, but we'll have toys just here. And then eventually we'll take down this wall and that wall. That wall will then replicate across there, and we'll have our sports section over there. And then we'll be going downstairs. Obviously, this isn't all going to happen today. This is just the future plan for the next however many videos it takes. That wall will come down. We're going to take our groceries over there. This wall comes down all the way back to where we have taken it down to there. So you get all of that space down there. We're going to have like a bakery cove down there. So that's like our bakery section's all going to be down there. Groceries there. And that will be how it will end up looking towards the end of the game. So that's like the future of what's to come. But we're going to get started and get the clothes sort of finished today. Now, my workaround, just while they're finishing, my workaround for the warehouse is there has actually been a mod come out which kind of does the same thing as the unloader. So at the moment, the unloader only unloads to your pallet rack. So you've got a pallet rack, you order your stuff in, providing that you have a pallet already on the rack that matches an item in there, the unloader will go in, grab the boxes, come out and put them on the pallet rack. That's how that works. What the mod does is kind of gets rid of the unloader altogether and just beams everything straight to the rack. So it's a lot quicker. It's a bit cheaty, but it works a lot quicker, obviously. But what it also does is it enables you to just, it sends the racks to empty spots, alleviating the need for the reach truck. So I wouldn't need to get the reach truck because I don't need it. I don't need to reach up. It would ping everything to it. And once it's there, it's there. Then I could disable the mod and just have the unloader load into that. So we might see that later, but probably in the next one because I'm going to be busy today doing other things. First of all, before we get on with the clothes, shall we end the day? I think we should. Start a new day. Yeah, first of all, what I'm going to do is we're going to do some colouring of our shelving because I am fed up of this horrible grey colour everywhere. It's such a depressing colour to look at in the store. So let's have something that looks a little bit nicer. So this mod is the colour mod. And if I press F7, you see it comes up with a color wheel. You do this on pause, it's a bit easier. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to go any bigger. I could do with making this a bit larger, but it also doesn't tell you what color you're on, which is a bit of a problem, but we'll have to just bear with it. Now, if I press somewhere in the red, we've now selected red. If I then press F8, it should, and indeed it has, painted my shelving. Now you can do, I think you can press F6 and it does them all. You can also click apply all as well on the mod itself, as you can possibly see there underneath brightness. If we just do a couple of them, they're a bit too red, I think. Let's pause again. Let's knock that back to like an orangey color maybe. Obviously this being a mod is why it's a bit quirky in how it works. But it does at least enable us to get some color going on here. They're not bad, actually. Let's have a look at them. Kind of go with a wooden floor. It's a bit of color, at least. We might have to fiddle around with the colors. We can change them at any time, so we can just mess around and see how things look. That'll be an ongoing thing. I'm not 100% sold on that, to be honest, but it's better than it was. Couldn't be much worse. You can paint, I think, pretty much everything. There hasn't been anything. I don't think you can do your checkouts. They didn't work, but all of the shelving in the game seems to work. Even the clothing stuff as well. The metal racks in there all seem paintable. So you can at least make things look a bit nicer. So this will be an ongoing project. I'm not going to spend the entire episode, I don't think, painting. We won't do everywhere, but at least get this music section done. I think I'll go with a different color everywhere. So you could, I think if you press F6, I think it paints absolutely every piece of shelving, whatever color you're on. They're all programmable buttons, so if you've got something else you want mapped to that, if you're running other mods or something, you can program them in the config file to whatever you want. But that's a bit better, I would say. I much prefer that. What should we do for our tech? I quite like tech being kind of white. It kind of goes. But I think possibly those shelves need changing. Let's change these to... I think a blue would be all right. So difficult. I wish there was, and hopefully that will come, just a little way of knowing what color you're actually on. A little preview window. There we go, right there. I like that. It's quite a nice blue. Right, so we've got those. Let's add some color. It's just whether I want these to be different, but I think what I'm going to do, this in the center here, I think we'll have bright red. Let's take this to somewhere over here. There's a different brightness slider down here, but you just never know what it means. Let's try that. Not bad. I like that. I think red and blue kind of works. We could go red here, actually. I know it's a similar thing to there. These might look okay. Red. Problem is, once you painted them, getting them back to, if you wanted them white, I suppose it's just dead center. I quite like that. Go with that. Bit of red and blue going on. Or should we just have it all? You see, now that's... I don't know if it's clashing too much with the music. I might change the music color. I might have this as red. And then change the music color. Do we keep those blue or have this all red? I do quite like that blue. But I think the red is winning me over. We'll have red for electronics. I think we will change the music then. Let's see. Go back for another blue color for that. How does that look? I think that probably works a bit better. Now I've gone around and done them all. Because it also doesn't blend in with the floor. Have a look. Separates itself from the red, but also doesn't blend into the floor. I think we'll go with the blue. And then we will go and do the clothes. And we'll paint some more stuff like the grocery shelves. We'll do that later. Or in the next one, because I can just go around now and do this at any time. Obviously, there's no cost involved, which is quite nice. We can just change this on the fly whenever I want to, actually. If we get bored of this, I could have a different color every episode. If I so wished. The only thing I hope is we get a little bit more in the actual full update, is we get some different shelving with the decoration. I don't know if that's going to come with decoration, but in the official update, which will enable you to do this sort of thing anyway, I really hope we get some different shelving, because this just does not look good down here with the baskets. Right, that looks okay. I'll just change the front part. There we go. Perfect. That's a lot better, isn't it? Just having a splash of colour against the dull walls really helps. Right, let's get rid of that. And head upstairs then. So, actually, just before we do, should we take the next expansion up there? Make sure I've got enough space for today. So it's 9,400. But I think it's 9,400 worth spending. Because that should have taken that corner wall down. It has. And yeah, so now we've got loads of room. As I say, we might end up having to put clothes over there initially until I take these. And then we'll move them down there afterwards into the L shape that I want. But this just gives us more room to get stuff. So, first things first. We need to go into clothing, licenses. Let's see what to get, shall we? I mean, I can afford all of them. But I might do this over 2 days just to make sure we're not running low of any other stock and leave a bit of money in the bank. But I might as well start, I guess, at the beginning. So we'll take those, and we'll take up to there, and then we've got dresses and some smarter stuff to come later. Products. So what have we got then? We have some more camo pants and stuff like that. So we'll probably get some more of the round things for these then, which, I mean, they can go on all of these things, but I think these seem to work quite well, don't they? These round hangers. If we get another 5 of those, get them delivered to the storefront. Just get those in place first. Where's my hand truck? There it is. Almost worked. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. There we go. Right. Might as well just shove these with the others, I think, for now. And we'll rearrange at another time. So we'll colour all of these things as well. I need to decide a floor colour as well for our clothing section. I'm thinking one of the darker colours would look quite good up here. Either that or a nice wood, but I don't think there is one. Alright, let's go and get what I need. So, products. So we need... I'm just going to get the pants, I think, to start with. So we'll get a box of those, box of those, box of those, box of those, those. All we've got for now, I think it is. So we'll just have those delivered to the store front. I think I might do this center floor as well. If we've got a spare 1,000. I don't think it really matters which way round we put things. Or similar items, aren't they? We're going to fetch the bin. All right, midnight jeans. They can come around here somewhere. All right, these I think would look good on there. Similar type of item. And finally, we'll have these ones, I guess, just on here. Right, so that's those all on. We will get some more, obviously, coming later, so that's fine. So they can go on the other racks. So I need more just general racking, I think, for the rest of our items. So, back into clothing. What else did I purchase them? So we've got some shirts, formal shirts and things like that. And some polo shirts. Now, I've got a couple of spots left for polo, I think. Don't know if I've got 3 spots. And then there's got some suits as well. Just get those for now. Just get the polos. I think I've got enough room on our current shelving. Yeah, for polos. They can all go on here, can't they? That's what we were doing last time. The suits, I think I'm going to put on a whole thing of themselves. I want them to hang differently. These are going to be proper shirts, weren't they, I think? But we've still got some pinstripes. We need to get rid of these. But we could have the rest of the shirts on there. Right, polo, I can go there and there. ocean one. Go there and there. The slate. Just have a few of those, unfortunately, but they can just go there. Right, so that's all done with the polos. Like I say, we've got some spare stuff here. I need to move these, don't I? Did I move them over there anyway? I did, didn't I? I think this is this spillover stock? Only these ones I'm not sure of. Silver tone. Silver tone. Did we have these over here? Snow leggings. Iron grey. We haven't actually got those on this sort of shelving. I need a box then, don't I? When I get a box, I need to move those. Put them over there. Or over there. To get rid of them. These, I could just... As soon as this is emptied, we can discard the label, because they are already over there. So I just need to get rid of those. So I need an empty box for those as well. But we'll continue on. Actually, I'll bring that... All right, I'll leave it there. I was going to bring the box back and put it in the warehouse, but never mind. We'll leave it. The game had other ideas. Right, so it's these suits then, isn't it? From the tailors that we also purchased. And I think these are going to go... They need to go on a hanger rack anyway. But I think these are going to go nicely on... either the straight one or one of these. I don't know. I was thinking something like that. We could just have them in rows. I don't know if they would need to go on the tall one or that one. I don't know what they'd look best on. But if I buy... How many suits were there? 4, I think. 4 suits. I think 4 of these would do quite well. We'll have 4 of those. And then we'll have the suits to go with them. And I think that's everything that we just purchased. Oh no, we've got a... Oh yeah, we've got these as well, haven't we? That's right, we've got those as well, but I need to rearrange some stuff. Hopefully I can rearrange some stuff now, and then we'll finish with those in a moment. We've also got some camo pants here, apparently I didn't buy. I'll purchase some of those as well then. Have all of those to storefronts. Okay, let's get the pants on first, because if I do this, I've now got a box I can use to put some of these over there, or somewhere. Don't know how many you can get on here. It is more, I think, isn't it? I don't know how many. Hopefully it's enough. It looks like enough. And I can now just fill this box and take that to the warehouse anyway. Oh, I didn't turn them off. That's annoying. That's very annoying. I didn't turn them off. What I should have done, a few of you pointed that out as well. Oh, they're both coming as well. Is put them on a different, put them on electronics or something while I'm messing around with this. I didn't even think I had any of those in stock. I've just messed that up again, haven't I? For the second episode running. I've just messed that up. Although, maybe... Now he's going to fill that one. It's not as bad as before. Unfortunately, he has filled that, annoyingly. Come on. Right, well, at least we've solved some of the issue. I can put some shirts on. Yeah, the suits. We haven't bought the shirts yet, did we? No. Right, let's put these up then. And then the next time I go down there, we'll turn everybody off clothes. Whilst we're doing this, because we've still got quite a bit of money, actually. So we can keep doing this for a little while longer before opening up. I wonder if I could take that next. I think it's going to be too much money to take the 2 expansions. Let's have a look. What are you coming back for? Wait. What is she coming back for? Oh, she's probably going to fill that, I guess. Or maybe on the shelf itself. Let's just watch what she does. I'm not entirely sure where she's going. I assume she's either going there or she's filling that up so it's maximum. Yeah, she's going over there. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what those expansions are. Because I'd like to get this done. That's 10,000. 22 grand, which is a lot. But we could... I'm not actually the right level. We can't even do it, look. How annoying. I'm only level 43. So I haven't even got the right level for this yet, so I can't actually do that anyway. Okay, well, that answers that then, doesn't it? We'll just keep going as we are. And then... Is that all you get of those? I was going to drill down the whole thing with those. You really don't get many, do you? 4. Can they multi... Yes, they can. Okay. Well, I might multi those. We'll save a rack for something else. Instead. Because actually, you're going to get quite a lot of those on, but you don't get many in a box anyway. But you're going to get quite a lot on, aren't you? At least 8. So we don't really need 1 for everything. That's going to take up a lot of space. So we'll just go with that, I think. We'll leave this boxed up there. Right, I think we can get some more... Might as well get some more stuff, to be honest. If I need to level up anyway, I might as well just get some more stuff then. Sink some cash. I can't level up the expansion. Why are you guys standing in the way? So I'll have to open for at least probably 2 or 3 days before we can actually take the next expansion anyway. So I guess I could focus a little bit on the warehouse while we're building up level. I can't do anything else anyway. So I might do that. Might just play it for a few days and just build up. Because I need to get this level in order to march forward. I mean, I need to be something like level to get everywhere where I think I need to get to. I think I need to get to 25, 26 to get everything in comfortably with a nice design. So we need to level up quite a bit anyway. So I could go down the warehouse route. Maybe for the next one. Right, more licenses then. Dresses, I think they go on the same thing as the... Pretty sure they go on the same shelving as I've just purchased quite nicely. Probably the tall one would be better for some of them, but they would do quite well there. So we could get those, I guess. Might as well stick in order. Get those. And then... maybe these as well, because they could go on the other rack I've already purchased. We'll get those ones next. Okay, that's all of those brought up then. Let's put on some of the... We'll put the dresses on first. What else have we got here? Another one here. They hang quite well. We've got another rack somewhere, haven't we? Here it is. I have to move some stuff around in here. It's getting far too busy up here. Still got some dresses. Got some leggings. They can go on around the side here. We've got suits, more dresses. I think we'll do the dresses on, I think. That's that all done. So we've just got 3 suits left, which I don't have a rack for as of right now. I mean, they could go round. I assume they can hang on here. They could hang on there. And then, of course, this could be cleared as well. I could get rid of those. I think we'll just get another rack for those in a moment. But we're kind of running out of space up here, aren't we? At the moment. Not a lot of room. I mean, obviously, this could move forward slightly. But there's not a lot of room left up here. Actually. We'll get another... What do we got here? Need another 3 then, wouldn't I? Get another 3 of those. And we're nearly there. I can just spend. So we've got some more dresses coming as well. I don't think we're going to have enough room without taking the expansion to do this comfortably. I think there's too many products there to do this comfortably. You'd think there'd be plenty of room just here, wouldn't you? You'd think, oh, this is a pretty large area. I honestly thought we'd get it all in here. And obviously, when I get down there, shift it down there to make my nice L shape. I know we're not exactly using all of the space available, but most of it. Let's put the suit just there. That one can go there. Go there. We've got space for some more. I think there are a couple more suits to come. At least I hope there are. They can fill those spaces nicely. But yeah, I think I've kind of run out of room here. But I think what we're going to end up doing here is doing a few days between the videos, and then when I've leveled up a little bit, getting that and then finishing it in the next one. I think it's going to take too many days to get up a couple of levels to make it into the video. So I think we'll have to finish this next time. I've kind of got more clothes than I know what to do with, so we'll have to finish this in the next one. But if I level up a little bit, what level do I need for that? It wasn't that far, was it? Level 46. So it's only 2 and a tiny bit levels. And then we'll have a bit of extra room. And then it's 49. I think I need to open for a few days. So I think we'll have to leave that as it is. I could do a bit of warehousing. Get some of these. I mean, these are pretty cheap. We might as well get a little bit of warehouse space on the go, because I think we will go down this road. That's going to open up more space in here. That's good. And we've now got a second bay as well, which is handy. So as I say, there is a mod that would help load up the shelves initially with things. And then we wouldn't have to worry about purchasing this so early on. I would still get this and still use this and do it properly, but it would help us out early on. I've still got to get to level 10. We're now level 5, so we're only halfway through. But I need to level up anyway. I've got nothing else to spend my money on. So I might do a little bit of that between the videos. Let's just... we'll set prices and everything, but I'll do that later without you, but I will do that, don't worry. I'm going to set some colour up here, though. So what colour should we have? Should we choose a floor first, actually? Let's choose the floor. Get it looking nice, and then we'll paint some stuff, and that'll end today. Decorations. So floor. I like that, but I'd need it a bit darker, I think. It's not too bad. That's what we had in our tech. That's a bit... I don't know if this is too dark, but I think I'd like to have a look at it. No idea what happened there. Right, let's have a look at the floor then. Yeah, that's okay, actually. I like that. I think with the right wall colour, eventually, when we can do that sort of thing, I think that'll look quite nice. Do I want it all like that up here? Probably not, but I'm going to do it all anyway. I think the clothing section's not going to come this far over. But we can repaint this floor afterwards. But it looks quite nice all done, I think. Yeah, that's better. I like that. So we'll do some coloured shelving then. Now we've got that done. Let's close that. What colour shelving should we have for clothes? Something that pops quite nice. I mean, to be honest, the racks that they're on kind of pop okay off the black floor. When you choose the middle there, what happens? Is that like super white or... Ooh, that's a different... That's not the colour I thought I was clicking on, but it's not... It's like an off colour. It's not too bad. Interesting. Okay, so they're just like really light versions of all of the colours, even if you click dead center. There you go. That's how you go back to the original then, I guess. You can't have it like a proper white. It's about as bright as it goes. What colour then shall we have? We could have similar to the blue downstairs. Something like that. How do they look? Do a few of them. How do they look? A bit... Well, they don't look too bad. It's not an amazing colour. But I think it's not a bad choice for clothing. I mean, you could go sort of orange. Go with like a... Try and get like a wooden effect. Actually doesn't look too bad. We could have a wooden effect. Similar to this. Which these can be painted as well. If I do it though, you can't get them back to how they look right now. So let's leave that for now. Let's see if we can match everything else into that kind of wooden effect. And it looks like we've got loads of wooden shelving, which kind of fits with clothing. There we go. I think I might leave that as it is. And just have everything a bit wood. It kind of gets lost in the floor. But I think with the right wall colour, which we can't do right now, that wouldn't look as bad. We'll see how that goes. But it's coloured anyway, so we've got some colour on there. We've got all our clothes on. I will go and do the prices in a moment, but I think we'll end the video before setting them. You don't really need to see me set prices. I'm quite happy with the colour down here now. The splash of colour, at least it's something, isn't it? It's better than the dull colour it was before. I'm happy with that. I think I will paint this colour floor, though, as well. Let's just do that before we end. I think I'm just going to go with something like this for down here, to be honest. Just a general kind of colour that's not the grey that you start with. Okay, there we go. I think that looks a lot better down here now. Now we've got some flooring done. We've got some coloured shelves. That looks a bit better. We will do the grocery. I'll probably do the grocery next time. Throw on some colour over there just to make it look something different over there as well. But that's not too bad. So, I will do a couple of days between the videos, basically just letting the game run and leveling up a little bit so we can actually get some expansion. And also then be able to afford the money I make. I'll probably spend in here. So in the next one, we might actually have a look at the unloaders. Whether I use a bit of the mod to help with that or not, I might do. To be honest, I might get it started with the mod just for a bit of speed, but then we'll let the unloaders take over after that, and we'll have a bit of a warehouse going in here. Well, I didn't know they had skylights up there. Interesting. Why isn't that in the supermarket as well? That would be very nice in there, wouldn't it? I know obviously you can't do it on the ground floor, but there's no reason up there, like on that space there, couldn't be skylights. They would look quite good. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there. If you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave it a like, consider subscribing to and joining the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you for another video very soon.